Hi everyone, welcome back to a new Infinity Circuit TRX workout. Go ahead and grab your water, get your workout started on your fitness tracker, and let's see how many rounds we can do. All right, your warm-up exercise. We're gonna do a jumping jack with an overhead press. So the handles are gonna be right at your shoulders, and we're gonna take it to that jumping jack. As I'm jumping out, I'm gonna keep tension in the straps as I press overhead. So I wanna make sure that my arms are not dropping forward and creating slack in the straps here. A little exhale. On that jump out, make sure your heels are staying off the floor, on the balls of the feet. If we need to modify, we can go step touch here with your overhead press. Really focusing on keeping those shoulders back and together. Chest up nice and tall. You're gonna feel this really good through the back of the shoulders here. Keep creating that tension in the straps. Good. Here we go, 5 more seconds. Whew. Nice, that was a good little warm up. Okay, next one, you can keep the straps longer. We're gonna do a hip flexion to extension. So feet are gonna be forward, arms are gonna be straight. I'm gonna let my hips drop back. So I'm creating this V shape with my body. And then pulling from the back of the shoulders, driving those hips forward, full extension in the hips, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, coming back. Big exhale, bringing it up to the top. Breathe in, coming back, really sit those hips back. Even get a nice little stretch through the arms. Exhale, bring it up to the top. So again, your intensity is determined by where your feet are. So if I walk forward a little bit more, it's gonna make it a little bit harder on that extension to bring it all the way up to the top. A little bit easier, you can take a step away from that anchor point. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Drive the hips forward, squeeze. Good. All right, shake those arms out a little bit. We're gonna go hip dips next. So it's gonna be a split stance here. You can hold on to both of the handles right at the top of your head. And like we're doing those side plank hip dips, we're going to drop our hip towards the leg that's behind and bring it back up here. So no different than we've done this from your side plank position. A little hip dip here. Working through those obliques, staying nice and tall through the chest and the shoulders. We want to make sure we're not rounding forward or dropping those elbows in. Keep the elbows out nice and wide. All right, let's take it to the other side. One leg forward, one leg back. And then I'm dropping towards the back leg. Inhale, coming down, exhale as I bring it back up. Keep squeezing the leg on that back glute. Whew. All right, we're going atomic push-ups next. So go ahead and bring those TRX straps to a lengthened position. We did this back at the TRX 40-40 challenge a couple months ago. So your atomic push-up. We have a push-up coming down and a knee tuck with that crunch here. So we can modify this. You can always take that push-up down to your knees and then pop up to the feet. Do your crunch, bring the knees back down, get that push-up, pop up, bring it in, or we can also modify and bring that push-up all the way down to the ground so you're rested. Push up all the way. This is gonna be the harder of the variations here. You bring it all the way down, to come all the way up. Harder than from your knees, I should say. Make sure that that core is staying nice and tight. Shoulders stay stacked over the elbows, over the wrists. Excellent. All right. So you can keep your straps in a lengthened position. I'm going to shorten them up just a little bit so I don't run into the windows there. And we're going to take it to a lateral lunge. Soft 90-degree bend in the elbows here. Stepping out to that lateral lunge, and then I'm going to go big push off of that outside leg and come up with an overhead press. Inhale, coming down. Big exhale on that push, and take the arms up. So I want to make sure that as I'm stepping out to the side, as if there was an imaginary line, that both of my toes stay on. I'll take it to the other side. Inhale, coming down. Big push. Feet stay parallel to each other. Even though we're stepping out to the side, my chest stays up nice and tall, so I'm not dropping my chest down into my leg. Chest stays up tall. Big push off. Press to the top. Inhale, exhale. Good. And just lightly holding on to those straps as you come down into the lunge. Perfect. All right. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to take it back down. Go ahead and lengthen up those straps again. We're going to go variation of a mountain climber here. We're going to add a pike to it. All right. So feet are in the straps. We're going mountain climber. So one knee is going to come in. And then I'm going to also hike my hips up towards the ceiling. So bring it in, hike in. Oops, make sure your feet are in there properly. So in. You can do this in 2 movements. Bring the knee in first and then hike. Or we can do it kind of one in the same here. Very difficult, very challenging. Remember to breathe. Whew. Shake it out. Those ab ones are always a killer. Okay, so you can just use one strap for this. You don't have to worry about interlacing them. Just make sure it's all the way at the end there. We're gonna go single arm on that squat, bringing it down, and coming up with a single arm row. You can keep that other arm extended out if you want, to pretend like you have both straps in your hands. You can go through the movement on that side, and really making sure that you're keeping your shoulders even with each other and not letting that shoulder drop back. Perfect. Other side. So really keeping those shoulders squared up. Bring it down. And then even on the row, I want to make sure that I'm not rotating or not letting that shoulder drop back. And again, the intensity is going to be determined by where your feet are. So the closer we step to that anchor point, the steeper that angle, the harder it's going to be. And the more upright you're standing, the less resistance there's going to be. Good. What do we have next? Straight arm rotations. So go ahead and grab both straps again. We're going to go straight arm rotations with a little bit of an angle. So not straight across to the side, arms are going to stay straight. But we're going to take that rotation and come up at about a 45-degree angle. Straight arms coming back, and then take it over to the other side. So it's an exhale as you control yourself back down. Sorry, exhale going up. Inhale, controlling yourself back down. Breathe in on the way down. Good. So I want to make sure on this one I'm not letting those shoulders round So really keeping the shoulders squeezing back in together. And then going up over that shoulder on the rotation. Good. Excellent. Next one. We're going to take it to a push-up with a little variation here. So a standing push-up, not the way we had our feet in the straps the first time. So you're going to come down into your push-up and holding this position, we're going to go single arm overhead press and bring it back. So let's stick with one side for 30 seconds. So you really have to create a lot of tension as you're down in this push-up position here, pushing down into the TRX as you reach up and keeping an equal amount of pressure on that bent arm on my right side here. Let's take it to the other arm now. Good. So a little inhale as I come down, exhale on the press. Inhale down, exhale on the press. Try to find a nice little rhythm with your breathing. Hips stay nice and level like a plank. So I want to make sure that my hips are not up here, my hips are not way down here. Keep it nice and level. Awesome. All right. Last exercise, we're going to take it down to the mat. And if you have a door anchor that you're using your TRX, your back is going to be facing the door. And we're going to take it to a little Pilates bicycle crunch here. So I'm pushing down into the straps to help keep my head and my shoulders lifted off the ground. So I'm really creating a lot of tension through the arms and through my back here. Driving that lower back down into the ground. Not keeping my chin tucked into my chest so much. Up just a little bit. So there should be enough space to fit your fist between your chin and your chest. That's the position that we're looking for. Keep squeezing those triceps. Drive those straps down into the ground with your hands. If we want to make it a little more intense, we go a little quicker here on that switch. Whew, I feel that. Here we go, last 10 seconds. Keep the shoulders lifted. Squeeze, point those toes. Last 3, 2, 1. Whew. Oh, awesome job. All right, go ahead and start this video over. Get a second round, maybe even a third round. Really focus on mastering the movements, and we'll see you next time.